You talked about finding things or titles and things from books and movies, and I kind of snickered internally there because I know that your new record, the debut full album, is called "Wickedest Witch of the West." Um,
Yeah, Wickedest Witch of West Texas. I might have it wrong on something, but
you
yeah,
might,
Wickedest
yeah,
Witch of West
okay.
Texas.
I might have
Yeah,
I might have
it's
wrote it down wrong. Who knows? But yeah,
no, you're fine. I've been saying Wickedest Witch of the West, and every time I do it, I'm like, West Texas. But yeah, that was one of those things where like, the Wicked had come out and it was like the rave of everything. And um I was thinking like I love Jim Croce. I'm a huge Jim Croce fan, and I love his kind of wild storytelling and the weird pictures, like that he puts in his music. Um, and so I was thinking about trying to write something in that vein that was kind of wacky storytelling. And so I came up with this kind of like almost a video in my brain of like this chick from West Texas that, is kind of like the Bad Leroy Brown, but female version. And
okay.
so, yeah, so this song, and I don't know if I don't know if I have any, I might have one video out on the internet of it somewhere, but I haven't really promoted it a whole lot yet.
Well, this is the new
Um,
record that's coming out, right? The album.
yeah, that's the title track to it.
Okay, so on your
And
website it is "Wickedest Witch of the West."
dang it, thank you. I need to
Yep.
change that.
So I got your back.
Thank you.
Yep.
But yeah, so yeah, I just I love that like kind of crazy storytelling. And but yeah, that was one of those like titles where I was like, man, that hasn't been a song, but how can I do it where it's not so, like,
Yeah.
Wickedest Witch of the West, the little witch on a broom,
Hmm.
so it's more of like she's just this like crazy chick from Sterling City, Texas, who kind of like, you know it's a fun story. I'm
Yeah.
excited for everybody to be able to hear it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm stoked about a full record from you. Is this going to be kind of a I don't want to say a concept record, but do the songs connect to each other in some way as well?
Yeah, for sure. This one has a little more grittiness to it. Definitely more of the vibe of, I've been playing in Texas for the last several years, and been in all the honky tonks and seen the bar fights and
Hmm.
and all that kind of stuff. And so along my period of writing these songs, I always tell people I'm a recovering people pleaser, and
I
so
saw that.
I
Yeah.
yeah. So these songs kind of have more of that like, trying to find kind of more of my backbone, I guess, as a woman and as just a person, is like, and so there's like more of kind of the fun side, the like there's some drinking songs, there's some um kind of more Western, West Texas kind of sounding stuff. Um, and yeah, there's a couple like story songs that are just kind of your Guy Clark, Towns Van Zandt style of making up a story
Yeah.
and telling a story, and so I'm really excited for it to come out because yeah, Dive Bar Superstar is my only project that I have released, but like I said, I was 21,
Hmm.
22 when I was writing that and recording it. And I feel like I've changed a lot as an artist, and I haven't really been able to show people that unless they come to my live shows. So
Right.
I'm really excited to have, that new music to be able to put out to show people what I've been doing.
And when can we expect it to be out? Do you have an ETA yet?
Yeah, so my first single from it is called Heartless, and it's being released on August 29th.
Wow.
And then, yeah, so that's going to be the first single off the project. And then um, I have, I'm probably going to drop two more singles off of it before I release the full project. So I'm thinking it'll probably be like November 2025 is when I'll have the full project out. But yeah, there will be about three singles up until then
Well, that's
that are
really
coming out.
exciting. I can't say enough how much I think you're gonna explode. Honestly, I really do. I'm
Thank
I'm a
you.
fan of music. I love storytellers. I love good writers. And man, the first time I heard Dive Bar Superstar, I was like, "Holy crap! This girl has it!" Like, big time. So
Thank
so
you. I
stoked.
appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. Just last thing before we get into some fun segments, I want to talk about kind of the road warrior in you, and that's 160 plus shows a year.
Yeah.
Like the balance of everything has to be tough for you, right? You're on the road, you're writing, you got home life, family life, friends, all of that stuff. How are you balancing all of this, and finding
Very
time for
poorly.
you as well? Very poorly, yeah, I imagine, right? Do you find time for yourself as well? Is there Jesse time?
Yeah, in the last year, I have learned more about balance. Before that, though, it was just like if I had a day off, I felt like I was failing. I'm
Yes.
like I feel like a loser. I'm, playing like I would go through these things in my brain of like, you have to outwork everybody because I've heard forever like it doesn't matter how much talent you have, it's how hard can you work? Can you outwork the other people? Not that it's, a competition, but in the grand scheme of the business part, it's like
It
there's always
is.
somebody
Yeah.
who's outworking you, you
Yep.
know? So yeah, for a long time, I was playing about 100, between 140 and 160 shows a year.
Jeez.
And yeah, I have a band, and we were playing between, all over Texas, from Houston to Dallas to San Angelo to wherever. And then we've been playing, we played Mississippi, Nashville, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana,
Yeah.
all over the place. And yeah, I think over the last year I had to find a balance because it was wearing me out.
Yeah.
I was like,
It'll tear your ass up for sure. Yeah.
it does. And I've been totally independent. I'm my own booking agent, I'm my own manager,
Yeah.
um I've had a couple different I'm really weird about I think letting I don't want the wrong people to be in my um music business life because it can I've seen how signing with the wrong people or getting the wrong booking agent or whatever, it can just really
Yeah.
destroy the
Suck the
momentum of
life
what
out
you're
of you.
doing.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and so I think I for a long time was like, okay, I can do all of this myself. I don't need any help. And I kind of had this
Yeah.
little chip on my shoulder almost of like I want to do this independently. Um and then yeah, it really started to wear on me between I had so my band, they went full time with me a couple years ago, and so I was their full-time job. And I had four people that were counting on me
Mm-hmm.
to pay their bills every month. My drummer, he's got a wife and a daughter, and I was feeling like I want to give them enough opportunity to make enough money to want to stick with me too,
Yeah.
because it's hard to find a band that is great but is also 100% available whenever you need them,
Mm-hmm.
unless you're paying well and being busy enough. So I definitely feel like I was kind of working myself into this hole of being like, I'm not even, I don't even want to play. I don't want to look at a guitar. I wasn't done, but I
Mm-hmm.
was feeling really burnout and like I needed a break. So in October of 2024, this past year, um, I decided I am done with all the bills that I have and trying to live this crazy, life. So I moved from a 4-bedroom house to a 40-foot motorhome and kind of just simplified my life and um, started kind of, like you said, trying to figure out who I am without music and like who is just Jesse the person. And started getting into yoga and kayaking and like kind of tried to find a piece of life outside of music because since I was 19 years old, just about, I've been doing nothing
Yep.
but playing and writing every day,
Man,
and
I'm
I'm
really happy
27.
that you found that, right. Like
Thank you.
before it got irreversibly changed for you, because it can happen for folks. I mean, hell, we talked about Amy Winehouse, right? Unfortunately, she is definitely one of those that went the wrong way. I'm glad you were able to kind of reset and refresh, and you knew that that's what needed to happen. Because
For
yeah, man,
sure.
that number one, that imposter syndrome is a bitch. First of all, but like also having people depend on you while you're also beating yourself up. That's a rotten feeling, and
Yeah, for sure. And, taking gigs that might not be necessarily soul fulfilling, but they give you money in your pocket.
right,
And so it's like, oh, I'll take it. I have a Thursday off. But I started learning that it's less about the quantity and more about the quality,
awesome. Love to hear it. Yeah, and the yoga, the kayaking, getting one with nature, all of those things are going to be good for your center, and yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to, and it's like you can't pour from an empty cup.
no,
And I think I started realizing that even with my writing, I felt like my writing had slowed down and I was like beating my head against a wall, like I have to write something. And
yeah,
then I kind of started being like, I think everything in life is seasons. And, I think especially as a creative, it's like you can't be, quote unquote brilliant 24/7. Like
nope,
that's impossible. And so I definitely have found more balance within the last year, and I feel a lot happier doing it, and it makes me excited to, be on the road when I
yeah.
am on the road.
Good stuff. It's not even about being brilliant 24/7. Like you'll convince yourself you're just supposed to be productive 24/7, right?
Yes, that's probably a better word for
Yeah,
it.
like
Yes.
both of those is true though, right? And you're gonna build one, especially if you know you can be productive, or you know you can
Yes.
be brilliant. You've shown signs of that. You're just gonna tell yourself that's an all the time thing now. You need to make sure that happens all the time now. Like we are our biggest enemy all the
Yeah.
time.